Best smartphones for everyday use in 2026. 5 phones actually worth buying. What if I told you that most people spend far more on smartphones than they need to? Every year, manufacturers launch new flagship devices with bigger cameras, faster chips, and even more AI features. But here's the surprising part. For most people, the best smartphone isn't the most expensive one. It's the phone that disappears into your life. The one that works, the one that lasts, the one that handles everything you throw at it without making you think about it. So today, we're breaking down the best smartphones for everyday use in 2026. Not the most powerful, not the most expensive. The phones that offer the best balance of performance, battery life, camera quality, reliability, and value. Because smarter buying decisions start with knowing what actually matters. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which phone deserves your money. NexveroLab, where we test products and break down what's actually worth your money. Buying a smartphone has become surprisingly difficult. Walk into a store or search online, and you're immediately hit with dozens of options. Every company claims its phone is revolutionary. Every launch event promises game-changing innovation. And every reviewer seems obsessed with benchmark scores. But most people don't buy phones to run benchmarks. They buy phones to communicate, take photos, watch videos, navigate traffic, manage work, stay connected. The reality is that many buyers end up paying flagship prices for features they'll never use. Nobody talks about this. The gap between what companies market and what everyday users actually need keeps getting wider. And that's where most buying mistakes happen. This is where things get interesting. When people think about smartphones, they often focus on specifications. More megapixels, more RAM, more processing power. But everyday smartphone satisfaction usually comes down to 5 things. Battery life, camera consistency, software experience, long-term updates, and reliability. That's it. A phone that scores slightly lower on a benchmark but lasts all day, takes great photos, and remains smooth after 3 years will usually provide a better ownership experience than a more powerful device that struggles in those areas. So let's look at the phones that deliver where it actually matters. Phone number 1, Apple iPhone 17. If you're already invested in the Apple ecosystem, the iPhone 17 is probably the easiest recommendation for everyday users. Apple continues to focus on refinement rather than dramatic redesigns, and for many buyers, that's a good thing. The software experience remains one of the most polished in the industry. Apps are optimized, performance is smooth, and long-term software support continues to be a major advantage. Who is it for? People who want simplicity, people who use Macs, iPads, Apple Watches, or AirPods. The biggest strength is consistency. Photos look great, videos look great, battery life is dependable. The downside? Apple devices remain expensive, and customization is still more limited than many Android alternatives. But if reliability is your priority, the iPhone 17 remains one of the strongest choices. Phone number 2, Samsung Galaxy S26. If the iPhone represents simplicity, the Galaxy S26 represents flexibility. Samsung continues to offer one of the most complete smartphone experiences on the market. The display is excellent. The cameras are versatile. But here's the crazy part. Many users choose Samsung because it gives them more control, more customization, more multitasking. It's especially strong for productivity users who split time between work and personal tasks. Weaknesses? Samsung's software can still feel slightly more complex than Apple's approach. But for many buyers, the added flexibility is worth it. Phone number 3, Google Pixel 10. The Pixel 10 may be the most underrated phone on this list. Google's strength isn't raw hardware, it's software intelligence. The camera system consistently produces excellent results without requiring much effort. Point, shoot, done. Photos often look fantastic, and Google's AI-powered features continue to improve everyday usability. Who is it for? People who want outstanding photography, people who value clean Android software, and people who want useful AI features rather than gimmicks. Nobody talks about this. Many smartphone users don't need professional camera controls. They want great photos automatically, and that's where the Pixel often shines. Potential downside, hardware specifications sometimes lag behind competitors, but in everyday use, most people won't notice. Phone number 4, OnePlus 14. OnePlus has spent years building a reputation for delivering premium experiences at more competitive prices. The OnePlus 14 continues that strategy. Fast performance, excellent battery life, quick charging, and a clean user experience. This is where things get interesting. Many buyers automatically assume that lower-priced flagship competitors involve major compromises. That isn't always true. For users who want premium performance without paying top-tier flagship prices, the biggest strength? Speed. Everything feels responsive. Everything feels fluid. Weaknesses? Camera performance may still trail the very best devices in certain situations. But for many users, the trade-off is more than acceptable. Phone number 5, Samsung Galaxy A series. Now let's talk about value, because not everyone wants to spend flagship money, and frankly, many people don't need to. The Galaxy A series continues to be one of the safest recommendations for budget-conscious buyers. You still get a large display, solid battery life, reliable performance, and access to the Android ecosystem, and this completely changed my opinion about budget phones. The difference between premium and mid-range devices is smaller than many buyers realize. For messaging, social media, video streaming, and general productivity, these phones handle everyday tasks extremely well. The compromise is usually found in cameras, materials, and advanced features. But for many people, that's a smart trade-off. What actually matters before you buy? Before purchasing any smartphone in 2026, ask yourself 3 questions. First, how long do you plan to keep it? If you're keeping it for 4 or 5 years, software support becomes critical. Second, what do you use your phone for most? Photography, productivity, gaming, content creation? Choose based on your actual habits, not marketing promises. Third, what's your budget? The best phone isn't the most expensive one. It's the one that solves your needs without overspending. So, which smartphone is the best everyday phone in 2026? For Apple users, the iPhone 17 remains one of the safest choices. For Android enthusiasts, the Galaxy S26 delivers one of the most complete experiences. For photography, the Pixel 10 stands out. For value flagship buyers, the OnePlus 14 is difficult to ignore. And for budget-conscious users, the Galaxy A series offers excellent usability. The truth is simple. The best smartphone is the one that fits your lifestyle, not the one with the biggest marketing campaign, the one that consistently makes your daily life easier. That's what smart technology should do, and that's what smarter buying decisions are all about. Which smartphone are you currently using? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to NexveroLab for more honest reviews and smarter buying decisions, because making the right decision starts with understanding what truly matters.